So please let go of your worry and your fear that you might not get there. Those thoughts don't feel good for a reason. You're meant to throw them aside and embrace the changes that are coming, that are lifting you all up into a higher frequency state. Welcome to the Reality Revolution. I'm your host, Brian Scott, and today we're going to read some more of Saint Germain as channeled by Daniel Scranton. You can find these channelings at danielscranton.com. Daniel's an amazing channeler, and each of the entities he channels are different. He has channeled the creators, the Arcturian Council, Thymus, and so much more. I really like these channelings because he focuses on reality creation and is also the originator of the concept of the violet flame. We've explored Saint Germain on the channel in everything from my reading of the Red Lion to the I Am discourses and so much more. Do this once a day and you'll be amazed. I am Saint Germain, keeper of the violet flame. I welcome you to explore your energy field at this time and to recognize the truth. You have everything that you need and that more is always coming. Certainly, it can be difficult for you to do this when you are only looking at your bank account or what you have in your investment portfolio. But if you would take the time to settle into your body and feel for what's in your energy field, you'll be amazed. Now, if you really want to enhance this experience, you can also imagine that your energy field is filled by the violet flame. Because of course you pick things up along your path as well that you don't want to hold in your energy field, and the violet flame will burn those things off. It will also activate within your energy field that which has been placed there by your guides, your ancestors, your galactic team, all who are in service to you, the individual human. Now, we in the higher realms often tell you to go within, and we know that it sometimes feels like a nebulous concept to you. But if you can reach outside of your physical body with your consciousness and feel for what's in your energy field, then I would like to assure you that you most certainly can also dive deep within your own physical body and your heart in particular to find everything that you need is present and is within you. Now, am I saying that you need to renounce everything that is out there in the physical? That you need to go without all that is enjoyable about being physical? No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is this: when you acknowledge that everything you need is inside of you and your energy field, then you can relax. Then you can enjoy what you do have right now a bit more, and you can simultaneously let more in. You will let in more of the manifestations, more of the people, more of the experiences, more of the money, more of the opportunities, more of the everything that you want, because you will feel whole instead of feeling empty. You will feel confident instead of feeling desperate. You will be in the vibration of what it is that you seek to show up outside of you. The simple act of feeling into your energy field is something you can do once a day for 5 minutes or less. You can do it for longer, and you can do it more often if you please, but this is not an assignment. This is not homework. All I'm saying is surprise yourself every once in a while by feeling for the fullness of this field around you. And in that recognition that you have everything you need, you do tend to get more of what you want. All of us in the higher realms want you to enjoy the remainder of your journey through the fourth dimension. We want you to feel that you have access to more than just your basic living needs. We want you to do more than just survive, and we want you to know that you are in a higher vibration when you are enjoying the abundance of life and all it offers in this beautiful universe of ours. I am Saint Germain, keeper of the violet flame. Join Saint Germain in the violet flame. I am Saint Germain, keeper of the violet flame. I wish to impart upon you the wisdom that is already inside of you. I wish to give you the gift of what you already are, what you already have. And so my job is simple, it is easy. It is to point you towards what is within each and every one of you. My job is to get you to remove the veil, the blinders that you have on, and to allow yourselves to feel who you are emanating from inside you. As you send your light out to all who come into contact with you, you are doing a great service. And as you recognize yourselves as the teachers, healers, way-showers, channelers, light workers that you are, it becomes easier for others to do the same. You want to create more masters on your journey to share the journey with you. You want to point each person to what is within them. You want to awaken your fellow humans, and they do awaken when they see someone who is living the truth they want to live, who is being the version of themselves that they want to be. And so I say to you, be who you are with reckless abandon. Sing and dance and play and show the rest of humanity the light that is within you. We who come through Daniel here are often telling you to be the teachers and the leaders. And that can seem very daunting to you as you try to figure out what it is you could do and what it is you have to offer. And so I am modifying that message now and telling you to just be yourself and allow the true self to shine through. And you'll be showing the way. You'll be teaching and leading through your example. When you show a willingness to let out the love that is within you, you ignite the flame within each person that you encounter. And sometimes you do it for people who are observing you from afar. Therefore, I say to you, do not be afraid to be yourself and to be in joy. Do not be afraid to love, just because someone else might not love you back. Offer your love freely with no reciprocation required, and you are in that moment fulfilling your mission, your purpose for being there. It's that simple and that easy, and you don't need to complicate it with rules, with musts. You simply get to be your aligned self and give others permission to do the same, and all the pieces of the puzzle will fall into place there on earth, so that all the moving parts are harmoniously synchronized to one note sung. We who exist in the higher realms are so proud of you for even attempting the journey you are on, and I welcome you to join me in the violet flame at any time that you feel overwhelmed, lost, afraid, and without guidance. I am always here for you. I am Saint Germain, keeper of the violet flame. Saint Germain advises us to do 3 things. I am Saint Germain, keeper of the violet flame. You all resonate with what you can feel is truth, and you all know what it is that you truly need to do in your lives. You get sensations, feelings, intuitive hits from within, and the key is to trust what you are getting. You all have everything you need inside of you, yet most of you trust others and what they give you more than you trust what comes from within. This is something that needs to change on planet Earth. You need to have the ability to respond to what you are getting, and you need to put more faith in yourselves and the truth that you're always connected. Some of you feel disconnected. That is usually because you're not getting what you thought you would get in the way that you wanted to get it. In terms of a response to requests or to a question, when something doesn't come in the timing you've decided is the best timing for it to come in, remember that you can relax in the knowing that everything will come in its divine, perfect timing. So you need to go within, you need to trust, and you need to relax. And if you do these 3 things, you will be able to live better right now, and you will be able to experience more of what you want to experience that is coming to you. And what's even better than all of that is that you will receive more because you relaxed and because you trusted. When you go looking outside of yourself for everything that is ultimately inside of you, then yes, of course, you hit some roadblocks, some potholes, you stumble and you fall, and those experiences are meant to get you to focus back inside of yourselves so that you can find everything that was always there. Now, of course, other people go looking outside of themselves for everything that they have within them, and they have a great deal of success. They make lots of money, have lots of power, lots of fame. They may be very good at what they do, and yet they may still feel quite unhappy and unfulfilled when the cameras and the spotlights and the fans are not all putting their attention on them. And so everyone needs to know what I am saying right now, no matter who they are. You may feel like a failure in your life because you didn't succeed in the field you wanted to succeed in, or you may feel like a failure because you're not in the relationship you want to be in, or your financial status isn't what you want to be. But all of those roadblocks and dead ends are meant to push you back within yourselves so that you can find everything in all of existence, and you can know that it always lies within you no matter what. And then you can feel more comfortable with your life as it is and all the circumstances of your life, and that moment of relaxation can be the moment when everything does come flooding in that you've been asking for over several decades. So please let your takeaway from this transmission be that you don't have to worry about anything, that you will always get what you need at the appropriate timing. You have my permission to put your feet up, relax, and trust in the beautiful unfoldment of your life as you carved it out and for yourself before you were born. I am Saint Germain, keeper of the violet flame. The new earth versus the old fear-based institutions. I am Saint Germain, keeper of the violet flame. There's a great deal of pressure mounting within the collective consciousness of humanity. There's an amplified desire for change that you are all experiencing. It is good that you're all asking for that which is better, that which is different. It is also important for you all to recognize that great change takes a lot of energy. It is one of the reasons why you have such a large population of humans on the planet at this time. When you recognize that there is a lot of support for those changes coming from the non-physical, you can let go then of the feeling of helplessness, the feeling of being overwhelmed because you don't have to do it all yourselves. You also have momentum on your side. Humanity is on an upward spiral. The pendulum has swung towards the positive and will continue to do so. And it is because there are many of you who are holding on to the old ways that you feel the resistance, you feel the backlash of the movement towards an ascended collective consciousness. There is nothing that anyone can do to stop humanity's ascension. You can also rest easy at night knowing that the details of what will happen and when are dependent on which timeline you choose for yourself. I know that all of you who are awake want to feel as though you're making an enormous contribution, an enormous difference there, and sometimes you take on a lot in order to fulfill that desire that you have to be of service to many and in enormous ways. I invite you to let yourselves off the hook and to practice going with the flow more so that you can enjoy the ascension journey. And I also want to remind all of you that there are so many other human beings who can pick up the slack when you're feeling overwhelmed or tired. When you just don't have it on a particular day, recognize that there are plenty of other human beings who feel full of energy and vitality, and there are plenty of non-physical beings as well who are working towards the goal of humanity's ascension. And it's more than a goal at this point, it is inevitable. But sometimes you have to take yourselves off of the hamster wheel and recognize that which is old, worn out, and lower vibrational can not come along for the ride. All of it will self-destruct. It will all crumble. And so you don't have to worry about toppling those institutions that are corrupt and were created out of fear. Continue instead to daydream, to focus, to fantasize about the new earth. It is the earth that you will be experiencing soon enough. So please let go of your worry and your fear that you might not get there. Those thoughts don't feel good for a reason. You're meant to throw them aside and embrace the changes that are coming, that are lifting you all up into a higher frequency state. I am Saint Germain, keeper of the violet flame. These are the things you really need to know. I am Saint Germain, keeper of the violet flame. You know yourselves best when you are paying attention. And when you are paying attention, you recognize that you have all the information that you need in the present moment. It is when you are not paying attention that you think you need other bits and pieces of information. Those other bits and pieces of information often are not relevant to the moment that you are in. This is yet another reason to be present, and when all of us in the higher realms encourage you to be present, we want you to know that there are some very good reasons for that prompting. You need to know what your body is telling you. You need to know what your emotions are telling you, and you need to know what you are thinking about and focusing upon, and you need to know these things because you want to create your reality consciously and deliberately rather than by accident. Remember that being present in the moment is the easiest thing you can do once you decide to do it. You can say it isn't easy because you don't do it most of the time. But if you are being honest with yourself, you don't do it most of the time because you are not choosing to do it. Many of you do what you do because you are on some sort of default setting, and you need to be on a setting that allows you to take over and choose consciously for yourselves what is best for you. Again, you will have that information once you put your awareness on where it needs to be, which is the present moment and the internal realm. Now, of course, sometimes the external realm is telling you things as well that you need to know, and I recognize that. Oftentimes your guides and others are communicating with you through the outside world, but most of what you need to know in any given moment is something that is happening inside of you. It is trying to get your attention, and you will keep trying to get your own attention until you put that attention that is needed on yourself. What kinds of bits and pieces of information are inside of you? You may be getting a signal that says not to do something, or you may be getting a signal that says to do something that you weren't thinking about doing. You may be getting a signal that says stop doing this or just walk away. These are the bits and pieces of information that you need to know in the moment to help you to live a better life and to be the version of yourself that you want to be. If you can let go of the need to know what's going to happen next, it will also be easier for you to just tune in and listen to the feedback you're getting in the present moment that is so valuable to you that, as I said, you will continue to turn up the volume until you do actually get it. Once you do get it, you can make all the best choices, all the course corrections, and take the actions that you really will benefit from taking. I am Saint Germain, keeper of the violet flame. Go beyond your pre-birth blueprint. I am Saint Germain, keeper of the violet flame. You all are working in conjunction with your spirit guides and higher selves to create an experience of reality. You all have free will and can utilize that free will to bring yourselves into higher frequency states where you will experience higher vibrational timelines. Your life is not all mapped out for you, but rather your blueprint is quite dynamic and interactive. I tell you this because I want you to know that your input matters. Your desires matter, your beliefs matter, and your choices matter. You are not doomed to play out a certain set of circumstances that were preordained for you. Now, of course, you had certain experiences that you wanted to have before you incarnated, such as waking up spiritually, and you did. Now you have more freedom than many of you think or give yourselves credit for having. This is why it is so crucially important at this time to listen to your feelings and your hearts. It is because your minds have a lot of false ideas and limiting beliefs that can keep you from living your lives fully and as freely as humanly possible. But your internal guidance, your feelings, your nudges, your intuition, they all guide you to where you most want to go, to the life you most want to live. It is often those who are quite intelligent who have the hardest time listening to those signals that they are getting from within, and that is because their minds have served them so well in so many ways, but you often have to bypass the mind and its objections to get to the real guidance that is coming. Now, if you want to make all of this easier on yourselves, focus more on raising your vibration than on having all the facts and all the figures and knowing exactly what is going to happen next. These are the desires of the physical mind. Your heart wants you to have experiences that will blow your mind, that will raise your level of consciousness, and that will help you to live a more joyous life that is filled with peace and love, creativity, and abundance. So while your minds do play their parts, and they are useful tools, you do need to trust what you are feeling to truly get the whole picture on what is best for you as you move forward in your lives. You need to trust your emotions, your feelings, your instincts as they guide you towards what feels best to you. You want to move towards ease. You want to move towards a lightness of being. You want to move towards that which brings you the most joy. And if you find yourself second-guessing those types of choices, you know that you are probably running a limiting belief that does not serve you. And then you cancel out the guidance that you were always meant to follow, and be courageous enough to listen to that guidance so that you can have the type of life you want. It is available to you just as it is available to everyone else. And those who see living the kind of life you want to live, I guarantee you, at some point those people had to listen to their hearts and override the second guessing of the mind to be in that type of vibration that would allow them to live the beautiful lives that are there to inspire you and to get you to take the necessary actions and make the necessary choices to live the life that you want to live. I am Saint Germain, keeper of the violet flame. This number is larger than you think. I am Saint Germain, keeper of the violet flame. You all have many connections to beings and collectives all across the universe. You do not ever have to worry about being abandoned, forgotten about, or unsupported. You are never any of those things, and I also know that you can have the experience of being any or all of those things. Both are true. In other words, you get to experience that which is not true as if it is true. But then, by letting go of the untruths, the lies, if you will, you get to experience what your existence is really like. And you get to enjoy the experience of who and what you really are, all the more because you lived the lie. You may be wondering how you can possibly feel so alone and so abandoned when you are looked after by so many. You all need to take a little more of your precious time and put it towards opening up to connect and opening up to receive. It's not that hard, and it doesn't take that much time. And if you want to know how connected you are, start by feeling for the connections that you know are there. You know you have a higher self. You know that Source exists. You know that you must have at least one spirit guide. Seek to connect with these beautiful beings who love you so unconditionally. If you limit yourselves to only acknowledging that which comes to you as a little whisper inside your mind's ear, then you're going to miss out. Many of you do miss out quite often because you're not paying attention to all the ways in which you can be contacted or a prayer can be answered. Let in the help by surrendering your tight grip and your control over your physical life experience. You don't have to do it all. You were never meant to do it all alone. And in fact, the desire to do it all by yourself and receive all the credit is very egoic. You really do want to graduate from that level of consciousness so that you can know yourselves as you truly are. You truly are collective consciousness with an unending number of connections to other worlds, other realms, other dimensions, other beings, and other collectives. Do not limit yourselves, and do not limit the amount of help that you can receive by saying it has come through this one being that I've been praying to my entire life. Let that go. Come to the understanding that you don't have to know what all of these connections are in order to benefit from them. And you can benefit from more of these connections. You are meant to. You're meant to be on a journey that involves many steps and a lot of help along the way. Give yourselves the gift of at least 5 minutes a day where you sit, opening up to receive all that is being showered down upon you from above. And if you let go of your expectations of what it must look like, what it has to be, then you can receive in all the various ways that we have granting you what you truly need, what you've been asking, not begging for there on earth. You have no idea how much help is coming, but it's a time for you to start imagining how much there is and how many beings are around you to help. The number is larger than you think. I am Saint Germain, keeper of the violet flame. Welcome back, humans. I am Saint Germain, keeper of the violet flame. I am here to welcome you back to yourselves. That is truly what we are all doing from the higher realms. We are seeking to remind you of who you are, reintroduce you to that being that you have always been, and to help you forget some of what you have picked up along your path in your physical lifetime. As you strip away all that is not you, there comes a time when you recognize that what was inside of you all along was the love of Source. And then you realize that the love of Source is all that really matters. It is everything. Everything was born of it, is comprised of it, and you are meant to move towards that which you love in your lifetime now. Now, I am also here to teach you how to do that. One of the tools I have given you is the violet flame, because the violet flame is there to help you to strip away all that is not you so that you can be revealed underneath. All of that is the real you. And the violet flame is also the physical representation, if you can even call it physical, of Source Energy's love, the essence of that which Source is. So you do want to work with the violet flame to get you to return home to who and what you really are. It will also help to inspire you to move towards that which you truly love. Love is what it all is about at the end of the day. And if there is anything getting in between you and what you love, you do need to identify what that is, what your plan is for dissolving it. Usually it is only a thought or belief. If you believe that it is a more solid obstacle than either of those two things, then you have to recognize that you have placed the obstacle there, and you placed it there for your very own reasons. You can discover what those reasons are before you go about dissolving it with the use of the violet flame. You are meant to uncover these types of beliefs and negative thoughts and limiting ideas as you move through your life experience. You are meant to educate yourselves as to what you have been picking up along your path that doesn't serve you and doesn't belong to you. And it is through self-awareness, self-reflection, that you get to those limiting ideas, thoughts, and beliefs. Therefore, meditation can serve very well in allowing that which you need to know to rise to the surface so that it can be cleansed and stripped away, burnt off by the violet flame, if that is the method you choose to use. All you need to do then is pay attention to what's going on in your lives. Pay attention to the types of thoughts you think and words you speak. Pay attention to what you are putting your attention on and how it feels when you do. You have everything you need to then use the tools that you have available to you at all times to become the person you want to become so you can live the life you want to live. Some of you have been doing this type of work for years or even decades, and you understand that it is a process and you get to experience the growth. You wanted to take a journey that had many steps along the path. So don't ever think that you're failing just because you're still dealing with some of the same challenges you were dealing with many years or decades ago. You're doing just fine. You are doing perfectly, in fact. When you can accept that about your life experience and about yourself, then you can start to enjoy the ride a bit more to where you are headed, which again is back home to who and what you are and have always been. I am Saint Germain, keeper of the violet flame. So as we bring this episode to a close, I want to take some time to really absorb and reflect on everything Saint Germain has communicated through Daniel Scranton in these messages. Because when you step back and look at all of them together, there is a symphony of teachings here that builds into something really powerful. And I think the best place to start is with what might be the simplest, most practical thing Saint Germain says across all these channelings. Do this once a day and you'll be amazed. He's talking about feeling into your energy field. Just taking 5 minutes, settling into your body and reaching out with your consciousness to feel the fullness of what surrounds you. And what he says happens when you do this is profound. When you acknowledge that everything you need is inside of you and your energy field, you can relax. You can stop feeling empty and start feeling whole. You stop feeling desperate and start feeling confident. And in that shift, you actually begin to let more in, more manifestations, more people, more experiences, more money, more opportunities, because you're vibrating in alignment with what you're seeking rather than vibrating in the frequency of lack. He even suggests enhancing the practice by imagining your energy field filled with the violet flame, which will burn off anything you've picked up along your path that you don't want to be carrying, while simultaneously activating everything that your guides, your ancestors, and your galactic team have placed there for you. And this connects beautifully to the message where Saint Germain invites us to join him in the violet flame. He says his job is simple: to point you toward what is already within you, to get you to remove the veil, the blinders, and allow yourself to feel who you are emanating from inside of you. And then he says something that I think is incredibly liberating: just be yourself and allow the true self to shine through. He modifies the whole idea of being a teacher or a leader from something that feels daunting and pressure-filled into something as natural as breathing. You don't have to figure out what you have to offer. You teach and you lead through your example. When you show a willingness to let out the love that is within, you ignite the flame within each person you encounter, and sometimes you do it for people who are just observing you from afar. But who you are with reckless abandon, sing and dance and play and show the rest of humanity the light that is within you. Now, when Saint Germain advises us to do three things, he distills this entire journey down to its essence: go within, trust, and relax. That's it. He says if you do those three things, you will live a better life right now. You will experience more of what you want, and you will receive more because you relaxed and because you trusted. And he acknowledges that many of us go looking outside of ourselves for everything that is ultimately inside. Some people do find external success that way: money, power, fame, and yet they may still feel unhappy and unfulfilled when the external validation stops. Every roadblock, every dead end, every seeming failure is designed to push you back within so you can find everything in all of existence. And then he gives us this beautiful permission slip. You have my permission to put your feet up, relax, and trust in the beautiful unfoldment of your life as you carved it out for yourself before you were born. The channeling about the new earth versus the old fear-based institutions really anchors this in the bigger picture of what is happening on the planet right now. Saint Germain tells us there's amplified desire for change mounting within the collective consciousness, but he reminds us that we have momentum on our side. Humanity is on an upward spiral. The pendulum has swung toward the positive. And here's the key: there's nothing anyone can do to stop humanity's ascension. That which is old, worn out, and lower vibrational cannot come along for the ride. All of it will self-destruct. It will all crumble, so we don't have to worry about toppling corrupt institutions created out of fear. Instead, continue to daydream, focus, fantasize about the new earth, because it is the earth we will be experiencing soon enough. Then he gets really practical, again, with the message about what we really need to know, and it all comes back to presence. He says, when you are paying attention, you recognize that you have all the information you need in the present moment. You need to know what your body's telling you, what your emotions are telling you, what you are thinking about and focusing on, because you want to create your reality consciously and deliberately rather than by accident. And he makes this really important observation that many of us are running on a default setting, just going through the motions, and we need to switch to a mode where we are consciously choosing what is best for us. The signals are always there, intuitive nudges saying to do this, stop doing that, walk away from this situation, and he says you will continue to turn up the volume on those signals until you actually listen. Which leads perfectly into the teaching about going beyond your birth blueprint. Saint Germain tells us our life is not all mapped out. Our blueprint is dynamic and interactive. Our desires matter, our beliefs matter, and so do our choices. And now that we've awakened spiritually, we have more freedom than most of us give ourselves credit for. But here's where it gets really interesting. He says it's often the most intelligent people who have the hardest time following their inner guidance, because their minds have served them so well in so many ways, but you have to bypass the mind and its objections to get to the real guidance. Focus more on raising your vibration than on having all the facts and figures and knowing exactly what's going to happen next. Your heart wants you to have experiences that will blow your mind, that will raise your consciousness and fill your life with peace, love, creativity, and abundance. And then there's this beautiful message about the number of connections we have being larger than we think. Saint Germain says, We never have to worry about being abandoned, forgotten, or unsupported because we have connections to beings and collectives all across the universe. But we need to take time to open up to those connections. If we limit ourselves to only acknowledging guidance that comes as a whisper inside our mind's ear, we're going to miss out on so much. He encourages us to surrender the tight grip and control over our physical life experience, to stop trying to do it all alone, and give ourselves at least 5 minutes a day to sit up and open up to receive all that is being showered down from above. Let go of expectations of what the help has to look like, and you'll receive in all the various ways that the higher realms have of granting you what you truly need. And finally, the welcome back message ties everything together with such warmth. Saint Germain says he's here to welcome us back to ourselves. And that's what all beings in the higher realms are doing, reminding us of who we are, helping us forget what we've picked up along the path that was never ours to carry. As you strip away all that is not you, there comes a time when you recognize that what was inside of you all along was the love of Source. And then you realize that the love of Source is all that really matters. It is everything. And the violet flame is the tool for stripping away, dissolving the thoughts, the beliefs, the limiting ideas that stand between you and what you love. It reminds us to pay attention to the types of thoughts we think and words we speak, to notice what we are putting our attention on and how it feels, and to use the tools available to us to become the person we want to become. He closes with something that I think is so important for everyone to hear. Some of you have been doing this work for years, or even decades, and you understand that it is a process. So don't ever think you're failing just because you're still dealing with the same challenges you were dealing with many years ago. Doing just fine. Doing perfectly, in fact. So if I were to weave all these channelings into one unified teaching, it would be this: everything you need is already inside of you and in your energy field. The practice is simple. Go within, trust what you find there, and relax into the knowing that your life is unfolding perfectly. The violet flame is always available to help you burn away what isn't yours and reveal what has always been there. You are supported by more beings than you can possibly imagine. Your blueprint is not fixed. You have the freedom to follow your heart beyond what your mind can conceive. And the old structures that seem so imposing are already crumbling, making the way for the new earth that you are actively creating just by being who you truly are. Saint Germain consistent sign off: I am Saint Germain, keeper of the violet flame, is more than a signature, it's a promise. The flame is being kept for you. It is always lit, always available, always ready to serve you in whatever way you need. All you need to do is reach for it, feel into it, and allow it to do what it was always meant to do: bring you back home to the infinite love that you are. Thank you for joining me for this, sitting with these transmissions. Let them work on you. Let them activate what's already ready to come forward now. And as always, welcome to the Reality Revolution. I am so excited to finally announce our newest event, 4 days in Maui, Hawaii, the ultimate timeline shift. This is a completely new event. It's not like the other events we've done. This is 4 days instead of 3. This is an advanced workshop. We will open activating your pineal gland. We will awaken energy centers. We will do the bliss body meditation. We will meet the higher self, quantum jump into your dream life. You'll meet your future self. You will learn how to navigate this new version of you, connect to your quantum heart, remember your future. We will discuss large sums of money, love, and we will activate the new earth. This is a more advanced version of our initial workshops that we've done. We're holding the event at the Maui Westin, which I'm so excited about. I've stayed there like 6 times. It's one of my favorite hotels in Maui, right there on Kaanapali Beach. As soon as we're done, you can go out and enjoy the most amazing beach right there off the hotel. It's beautiful. The sunsets are amazing. It's one of my favorite places in the world, and it was my dream to hold an event here. And so this is going to be a very special experience. We have booked a limited number of rooms that you can get on a discount, and there is an early bird pricing at $997 for 4 days. That's amazing. So now is the time to get a ticket. I hope to see you there. I know that I've talked to many of you that are excited to come to this event. I want to combine the incredible peace and high vibration of Maui with these immersive meditative experiences into what will be the most profound transformational experience of your entire life. I can't wait to see you there. Once again, the event will be in Maui, Hawaii at the Maui Westin on May 14th through the 17th. The link is www.brianscottlive.com/May-2026.